What's good? This is Marcus dafingaz back with another message for this week. The message for this week is, do you wish things were easier? Before we get into it, go to dafingaz.com/email, sign up for my weekly newsletter where I'm sharing tips on being creative, just life lessons, things like this, stuff, whatever comes to mind, quotes that I come across. Mainly that's what I've been sharing lately, quotes that I come across or quotes that I remember from experiences in life, and just sharing my sort of perspective on that. dafingaz.com/email. Join the newsletter. We'd love to have you in the community. Now, before we get too much into this, do you wish things were easier? I would say wish for this instead. Have you ever come across something that seems so difficult that all you could do is wish that it was easier, wish that you could accomplish it, wish that it was already done? Even better, have you accomplished it or finished a task and you revisited that same thing a few weeks, months, or even years later, and all of a sudden it seems like it was easier, and in your mind you're like, oh, this didn't seem, this wasn't as hard as I thought it was last time I tried to do it, or 5 years ago when I thought about it. It could be anything: learning a new language, learning an instrument, learning how to drive, learning a new piece of software, reorganizing your house, reorganizing your digital files on your computer, planning a trip, planning an event, planning a birthday party, literally anything that might seem insurmountable. That's a big word. That's the SAT word for you. Insurmountable to begin with. But then once you start getting into the process, once you learn what you need to do to get it done, it just becomes easier, or so you think. It reminded me of this quote from Jim Rohn, who was an American entrepreneur and motivational speaker. And the quote is this: "Don't wish it was easier, wish you were better." I'll paraphrase it again. Don't wish things were easier, wish you were better. A lot of times we want things to be easier so we can finish it faster, so that we can move on to the next thing, whatever the case is. And we have to acquire the skills, the knowledge, the expertise, the experience, or whatever it is needed to finish that task. We have to acquire those things to finish that task. And when we finish it, it will seem like it became easier. For example, when I started playing piano, I just wouldn't practice. It was like the hardest thing, working on scales, trying to get up to speed on the finger dexterity and all of that. And all of a sudden, now it seems like, it's easy, but it's not, because that's, 30 years now of over 30 years of almost 40 years of training, learning, practicing, playing, producing, and bringing all that knowledge and listening to music and learning. And it all just comes, out when I'm playing. So it might seem easy now, but that was it was a difficult task to accomplish. In reality, the task that you wish to accomplish doesn't become more difficult. It's not that the difficulty has become less difficult or more difficult. As you figure out how to do it, it becomes easier because you've learned how to do it. You've made yourself better. So in reality, the difficulty of the task remained the same, but you just made yourself better. We made ourselves better so that it's now an easy thing for us to accomplish that task. So let's go out there. Let's make ourselves better. Have a great week, everyone. That's all I have for you this week. Be safe and be well. All right. Peace.